right, good evening, everyone. My name is Brian, aka Esper. Welcome to the very first episode of Fm.Esper. Hopefully this is the first of many episodes. Weekly recurrence, of course, because we can't do this every night. We can't let that excitement, gotta let it build up over the course of the week. Tonight, we have a very special topic: top 10 favorite video game weapons of all time, at least until this point. I'm gonna have some of my friends join me. Dan, Lewis, and Kit. These are three of my closest friends from my college years. We play a lot of video games together. I'm very excited. As you can tell, I'm using the same word multiple times because there really is just no one word that can describe everything. I'm gonna give it a little breakdown about how this is gonna go, really. I want to make it like a radio show. Sometimes people, you know, if you feel like calling in, you can join the Discord, hop into the waiting room, come on in, get involved. We're gonna take breaks every now and then, listen to some music. I got some amazing music picked out for you. Stream safe, of course. And just have a good time. A couple of hours. That could be the longest streams ever. That could be the longest streams ever, but I still have an ad running. I need to run an ad. You make a great point. You make a great point, B. I should run an ad right now while the intro is playing. I'm gonna run an ad. I'm gonna do that right now, B. B, how are you doing today? Let's run a 1 minute ad. I guess we'll run a 1 minute ad. Well, can I run a 30-second ad? Can I run a 30-second ad? Anyways, that's fine. We'll get around to it. We will get around to it. I am recording this so I can post it to YouTube later on. Maybe just take the audio and maybe just take this time and make it a podcast on Spotify. Not entirely sure yet. As such, alerts are going to be muted. Alerts are going to be muted. At least no sound. You might still see the pop-up. Channel point redemptions have been disabled for stream. You still should be able to gain channel point redemptions. More than that, I'm excited to get started. Let me just take a look, see here who is in. Sally, welcome on in. Dan, welcome on in. We'll get ready to pull on. Get ready to pull in Sally if you want to just hang around in the live channel. So we'll just hang out in the Esper live channel. I'm already in there, and I can let you know when you can drag Dan on in here. We have the top 10 video game weapons is what we'll be discussing today. And I play a ton of video games. I think the list may surprise you. The list may very well surprise a lot of you. I see Sally's in there.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Sally. Producer Sally, everyone.
Hello.
I'm excited. If Dan's right, Dan, if you want to pop in, like I said, if you pop in, if you want to just drag Dan in here. Lewis, welcome on in as well.
Thank you.
Yes, we're ready to rock and roll here. I know we will have Kit join us shortly. He's having dinner, which is perfectly fine.
Sorry, I feel like my internet died.
It's okay. Lewis, if you want to drag Dan in here, you can as well.
In now.
Get him in here.
Get him.
How do I drag him in?
You practiced this earlier.
Move to... You practiced, I didn't.
There we go.
Hello.
Hi, Dan.
Hello.
Dan, you ready to...
Guest of tonight.
First guest of the night. First guest ever on Fm.Esper.
That's true.
So I'm gonna need your age, name, and social, date of birth, and birth city, please, for the viewing audience.
No.
No.
Smart man.
Dan, I don't know what you, but I'm excited to hear your top 10 list. Well, or not top 10, your 10 favorite.
I'm now, with Kit's help, I now have a top 10 and also an honorable mention.
An honorable mention. do you want to should we do you want to start with an honorable mention or no? Let's go to 10 and let's go to 10 and 9 first. Let's just jump straight into 10 and 9. Let's go straight 10 and we'll do an honorable mention after as we close in. All right.
All right.
All right, here
Are
we
you
go.
going first?
I'm gonna go first. For my number 10. This may surprise some people, given how early it is. I actually have the Cloud Strike from Destiny 2. A sniper rifle. This is the only
And
sniper.
what is the Cloud Strike?
The Cloud Strike is a sniper rifle in Destiny 2. It's an exotic, right, Lewis? It's an exotic. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah. And whenever you get a headshot kill, or whenever you get a headshot, it summons lightning, so it deals AoE damage. And if you do 3 consecutive crit shots, it summons a lightning storm. And anyone that's a sniper knows this. AoE control or crowd control with a sniper rifle is typically pretty hard. This thing just summons lightning. It is so much fun. It's probably the most recent weapon on my list. And I literally only played Destiny for a couple months, but it might be my favorite sniper rifle of all time. It honestly might be my favorite sniper rifle of all time. And it looks sweet. It looks like a mage staff.
Sounds pretty busted.
It is busted. Thank goodness Destiny 2 is mostly Destiny is mostly a PvE game. Because Lord knows this would be busted in any other type of like multiplayer game. How about you, Dan? What you got in your 10?
All right, we're gonna start off way back to I think this is the first FPS game I've
The
ever played.
very first
ever.
FPS game. Oh my goodness. All right.
On the game is Nightfire.
Okay.
And the weapon is Odd Job's hat.
Odd
So,
Job's hat.
Odd Job, if you know, is a
Yeah.
James Bond character.
Yes.
What you can do in that game is if you put in a certain code, you can unlock secret characters, and one of the secret characters you unlock is Odd Job, and only Odd Job can use Odd Job's hat.
Oh my gosh. Wait, was
And
was Odd Job the one that was like much shorter than everyone else too?
Yes, the characters had different heights as well.
Yes. I remember this.
Now
I remember this.
the thing about Odd Job's hat is it was no matter what health you set your character as, it's a one-hit kill. But the thing is, like, you have to how Oddjob's hat works is it has flight time, so you have to like lead your like toss when you're throwing long distance. So that was the thing that was really sweet about it is that like
Had flight time
even
too.
though it was a one-hit kill, but
Yeah.
like it had that flight time.
I remember that. You said Nightfire? Was that on the
Yeah,
GameCube?
Nightfire.
Is that GameCube?
No, it was on the I think it was on the PlayStation
Was it
1.
PlayStation? Okay. Because GoldenEye was the N64.
Yeah, I grew up as a Sony kid, so.
Oh, true. That is true. I should have known that. I was thinking I hadn't played Nightfire, but once you mentioned Odd Job, I was like, James Bond? Because I think it was in GoldenEye too. This is probably a good time to mention like what we were thinking about now that we got the first weapon out of the way. What we kind of held to the criteria there for what we were choosing our weapon for. What were you thinking about when you were trying to pick weapons?
Probably the first thing was like nostalgia, like childhood nostalgia when I was younger.
Greg, welcome on in.
Nightfire was the very first, as far as from my memory, was the very first FPS game I've ever played. So, nostalgia was probably a big factor in my list.
I think nostalgia ranked pretty highly on mine as well. It's kind of funny. Now that I look at my list, no spoiler, I don't have actually GoldenEye on here at all. Now that I think about it. Wow. Yeah, for me, I was like really thinking nostalgia, though ironically, with my first weapon, it doesn't really evoke nostalgia. But the second highest thing I was thinking about was the fun I had with the weapon. I don't think I've had that much fun with a sniper rifle ever. Nothing like raining down lightning on people. And power level and uniqueness were kind of at the bottom. Like I think there's a lot of guns that have a lot of um, shared traits, so uniqueness is kind of hard to pull off sometimes. But dude, I did not expect a hat. Is that? Do you think the hat is probably the most quote unquote questionable weapon you have on your list in terms of being a weapon?
What do you mean by questionable?
Like that, whether you would consider. Well, I guess a hat isn't. I mean, it was a
Yeah,
weapon.
it's probably the most outlandish
Yeah,
weapon I have on here.
outlandish is a better one.
I do have a couple of other outlandish ones, but yeah, it's probably the most outlandish.
Was any input to either of the weapons that we brought up there? Have you played Nightfire at all?
I have not played Nightfire.
Or any James Bond games?
The only James Bond game I played was GoldenEye.
Do you
But
remember?
I never owned it, so I don't really
Oh.
remember any weapons from it.
Oh, I see. But yeah. What do you think? What do you think about the Cloud Strike? Do you have any opinions on that? Because
It's a fun sniper.
Yeah.
I do like that it does the AOE.
Oh, the AOE is insane. The AOE is hilariously good. But damn bring in Nightfire, aka James Bond, that early. I'm excited for the rest of your list. I'm excited. I'm glad you.
Don't get too excited.
I'm just.
He's
I wanted
putting
to
really
lead
high
off. I wanted to
expectations.
lead off with an interesting one.
Okay,
'cause
well,
the
what's
lead-
about to get super interesting here because my number 9, I guarantee, probably neither you or Lewis know, and probably not Sally either. And it's not even
Well, I obviously don't know.
well. It's the Scarab Ring from Neopets.
What?
What from Neopet?
Wait, what?
The Scarab Ring.
Wait, there's weapons in Neopets?
There are weapons in
Yes, you can fight
Neopets.
with your pets.
Oh, Lewis knows about this? Oh my gosh, I thought I would have gone past him. I didn't even know you played Neopets.
I did,
Oh,
like,
bless.
2 decades ago.
So the Scarab Ring is number 9 on my
Oh
list
God.
because I was really loved battling in Neopets. And holy cow, this was a game changer when it came out. It was super inexpensive. It did so most weapons in Neopets either did offensive damage or did defensive blocking. This did both of it. And the number of icons it could block or attack would determine its power level. And at the time, like, cheap ones only did like 3 levels of attack, 4 levels of attack. Then once you got to like 6, 7, 8, you started spending like hundreds of thousands of Neo points. This came out, it was like 2,000 Neo points. It had 6 points of attack and 6 icons of attack and 6 icons of defense. This ring was a game changer. And it was,
I did not expect Neopets.
it was so cool. I was having so much fun battling. I could finally like get into the ring. No pun intended. Finally get into the battle dome and just start, fighting. Oh, it was so much fun. And the icons the different icons were like different types of elements essentially. And this one blocked physical and it did fire damage, which was fire was the hardest to block. It was amazing. It was, like I said, there are going to be some weapons on this list. This might be the most obscure one that I have.
Pretty obscure.
It's pretty obscure.
It is. I did not expect Neopets.
Who thought Neopets would be on this list? Show of
No
hands. Show of Lewis.
I think it beats my hat.
It beats
I expected Neopets, though.
Now you seem to be the only other person that knows about this. How much experience or how much did you get into battling?
I did a tiny bit, but not too much. I actually ended up losing my Neopets account because I lost the
Oh,
password.
that's terrible.
I had the little shark guy.
Jet Sam's. That makes my heart. Also, real quick here as I mute myself in the Discord, just want to say hi April, hi Dylan. As you can see, I'm doing sort of a little radio show action here. I see you. Appreciate you for stopping by. If you're in chat, you haven't followed those two already, please do so. And let's go pop on back over there. But yeah, that's my 9. Beat that, Dan.
Well, my next 3 will be all about that Call of Duty.
All about
so,
that Call of Duty. You were the Call of Duty guy of the
but
group.
yeah, before I got converted to Halo, I was known as the Call of Duty guy.
Yes, yes, you were.
And one of the Call of Duty games I played was World at War, and
Familiar?
the weapon that everybody was running around with in this game was the MP40. It's a
Yes.
submachine gun.
Yes.
With stopping power, it was a 2-bullet kill.
Oh. Oh.
If that isn't gross,
Gosh.
then I don't know what is. So with not only was it a 2-bullet kill, it had decent fire rate, very little recoil, and pretty decent range for a submachine gun. It was just so bonkers that everyone was running around with it. Pretty much everybody.
Call of Duty never really got around to balancing those SMGs, did they?
In the early days of COD, no, they didn't bother rebalancing weapons at all. MP40 was always busted.
Oh my gosh. Stopping power, 2-shot kill. Well, was there any reason to use any other weapon?
I mean, sniper rifle on a really big map, maybe?
Yeah, that's about it. Some thoughts from the chat here. MP40 was crack, says Dylan. Yes. Classic COD balance, says Kittles. I think is lurking in chat here as he eats dinner, which is perfectly fine. How? Just curious, how many Call of Duty weapons are on your list? You said the next 3 were, including this one.
I have 3 Call of Duty weapons.
Oh, so they're all just in a row.
Yeah. I mean, I figured I might as well list them in a row.
Bad. That's true. That is not a. Lewis, any thoughts on the Call of Duty? Lewis, did you play much Call of Duty?
I don't have too much experience with COD, so I can't say too much. The only COD weapon. No, never mind. That was Battlefield. So
That was Battlefield. No, so shocker. No Battlefield weapons for me. That would be a good time to get to a. Let's do an honorable mention. You said you had an honorable mention, Dan?
Yes, I have an honorable mention.
We have one honorable mention. Actually, we go. Well, what's your honorable mention? I'm gonna do an honorable mention. Then we'll take a little music break.
My honorable mention is going back to my childhood again. Ratchet and Clank 2, the Sheepinator.
What does that do?
The Sheepinator, if you charge it up near an enemy long enough, they'll literally turn into a sheep. Will turn into a harmless sheep unless you have the black Sheepinator, which is the upgraded form of the Sheepinator, in which case the sheep is black, and the black sheep will literally hop to another enemy and then blow up. It'll explode.
That sounds hilarious.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds so good. That didn't crack your top 10?
They need to have that good in every game.
Ratchet and Clank has plenty of great weapons like that.
Yeah, there are so many weapons. But the one that first came into my mind when thinking back to Ratchet and Clank was the Sheepinator, just turning enemies into sheeps. It wasn't really powerful. It was probably one of the worst guns actually in the game.
Yeah.
But it was just so memorable.
In the newest game, Dan, there's a topiary sprinkler that when it hits them, it turns them into potted plants for a couple of minutes.
Oh, this is in Ratchet and Clank also?
Yeah, this is the newest Ratchet and Clank. So you throw down a little sprinkler that sprays the 360-degree arc, and any enemy it hits, it turns into a plant statue.
Oh my god.
Like, I feel like I need to play Ratchet and Clank now.
Ratchet and Clank is great because of just their ridiculous weapons.
Yeah, no kidding. I know, Lewis, your one stream was of Ratchet and Clank, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's insane. Well, I don't know if I have an honorable mention that tops that. Which I definitely do not. I guess I'll go with, since we were talking about James Bond earlier, I do have the laser watch from GoldenEye as an honorable mention. Because I remember as a kid, I just always wished my watch could be a laser. And this was just literally, that's the only reason I liked the weapon. The weapon was trash. It didn't actually do any real damage. I don't think. I think it was only used to be like a gadget to like break open doors. But I would always try to shoot enemies with it. It's just a pure nostalgia and the fun I have with it. But I just don't think it's actually powerful enough. Though as I look at the list, Scarebring being on there maybe makes things a little bit questionable.
Yeah.
But the thing I loved about GoldenEye and the James Bond were just the cool gadgets that were always in those games. Oh, well, that's an interesting start to the list so far. So for me, I had Cloud Strike and Scare Ring, and you had, what was it again, Dan?
I had Odd Jobs hat and the MP40.
An MP40. All right, we're gonna go. Like I said, this is gonna be like a little bit of a radio show, so I'm gonna go deaf in here in a second. Gonna go listen to some songs here. Probably run a quick ad so that people are popping in don't have to see an ad when they pop in for the first time. And yeah, let's see what song will I load up here. I was looking through some lists on Monster Cat Gold, and let's listen to a little. You can listen to Behind Your Eyes by Bishu. I'll catch you all in just a second.
You can say I'm happy sad. I'ma miss the time that we never had. Wishing that you told me you were down bad. Hard to remember what we used to have, yeah. Oh, doesn't even matter, yeah. Oh, you're always trying to fight it, yeah. Oh, but the truth don't matter, yeah. Oh, I can see behind your eyes and you know me. I don't tell lies no more, no. How did you get into my homes? I don't miss the old days. I can see behind your eyes and you know me. I don't tell lies no more, no. How did you get into my homes? I don't miss the old days. I can see. I don't tell no more. I don't tell no more. I don't tell no more. I don't miss the old days. I can see. I don't tell no more. I don't tell no more. I don't tell no more. I don't miss the old days. I can see. Talk about miss the old days, yeah. How you know what you gon' say? Bunched up like a bouquet, yeah. Say your name and you go away, feel that. Talk about miss the old days, yeah. How you know what you gon' say? Bunched up like a bouquet, yeah. Say your name and you go away, feel that. See behind your eyes and you know me. I don't tell lies no more, no. How did you get into my house? I don't miss the old days. I can see behind your eyes and you know me. I don't tell lies no more, no. How did you get into my house? I don't miss the old days. I can see. I don't tell no more. I don't tell no more. I don't tell no more. I don't miss the old days. I can see. I don't tell no more. I don't tell no more. I don't tell no more. I don't miss the old days. I can see behind your eyes and you know me. I don't tell lies no more, no. How did you get into my homes? I don't miss the old days. I can see behind your eyes and you know me. I don't tell lies no more, no. How did you get into my homes? I don't miss the old days. I can see.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my
That second song I got there was Alleyways by the one and only two-time back-to-back Dr. Disrespect and J+1. Also ran a quick 30-second ad there for those of you who are not subbed. You'll probably see those in the beginning of the second song for the song break. Go ahead and hop back to it. Alright. Moving right along. Dan, you wanna give your you wanna go first this time? We'll give your number 8.
Sure. So we're going back to my Call of Duty roots here. Modern Warfare 2. I'm sure a
Ooh,
lot of you remember
ooh.
Modern Warfare 2 who've
Okay.
heard of
Yes.
it or played it.
Yes.
My weapon is the Scar H, but not so important the Scar H so much as what was attached to the Scar H,
Okay.
which was the grenade launcher.
Oh no.
Which, by the way,
Oh
this
no.
is what brought the age of the noob tube.
Oh no.
Ever since Modern Warfare 2, the
Oh,
grenade
no.
launcher, it gave birth to the noob tube.
Gosh, that was the Modern MW2 was the game that gave birth
yes.
to the noob tube.
What was so ridiculous about the grenade launcher is not that you got not one but 2 grenades that could be fired from your gun that had a ridiculous blast radius and pretty much a guaranteed one-hit kill. Balanced.
I think Modern Warfare 2 was the first Call of Duty I started playing like multiplayer, and I remember that. I remember that the meme of the noob tube being a thing on the Scar. The Scar itself was also a decent, pretty strong weapon, but the noob tube was just the bane of everyone's existence. It spawned so many memes. What's great about that was that there were memes about that too. The noob tube, and then Halo's pro pipe, and then people would say like, "Oh no, it's skilled. It's a pro pipe," and then. And you love grenades. Dan and Lewis to an extent too.
Oh yeah,
the grenades. Are the grenade men.
That was my weapon of choice easily.
Easy.
Back in the day.
Easy, he says. Wow. How many kills do you think you got with that gun?
I wasn't ashamed of using the noob tube. I was like, yeah.
How many kills do you think? How many kills do you think you got with that gun with the noob tube?
How many kills did I average?
Yeah, not average. How many kills do you think you got? How many kills do you think you got in your career? Just rough estimate. You gotta be like exact.
In my career?
Yeah, off a noob tube.
Oh my.
Off a noob tube.
Probably off the noob tube alone.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it reached 4 digits, but it probably triple digits.
I think you probably reached 4 digits. If you don't think.
You probably reached 4 digits, Dan, across multiple games.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Also, for those of you watching, that is my good friend Kit joining on in.
Hey, everybody.
So polite.
Kit, your thoughts?
I noticed that Dan's choices so far have killed in 2 or less hits.
Yeah, OP.
Which is funny, given that I tend to be the person that's going for like the sniper one hit kill kind of shots.
No.
Well, I mean, my choices, they were OP, but they were like iconic OP weapons that like people remember as being OP.
True,
I just thought it was funny.
No, it is hilarious.
They're good choices.
To that, Kid, I don't know if you want to talk about, because now that we're on that noob tube, actually, one of your favorite weapons from Halo Reach was the grenade launcher, aka the pro pipe. Do you think that would have made your top 10 if you had
Yeah, definitely would have been on there. I don't know. I found the gameplay of it really fun. It's also a one-hit kill weapon, so that always is fun, as we've been talking about. But I appreciated the sort of odd like firing paradigm it had, where you kind of shoot, you had to lead it because it was a projectile weapon, and you had the whole like hold the trigger until the projectile was nearby and release. And I found that unique and engaging.
Yeah, you were one of the first to really pick up that weapon when it came out. I know I feel like when it first came out and we first saw it, it was like very memey. They're like, oh, pro pipe, because especially because of what Dan was just talking about, the noob tube. Right. And then once people realized first off that you can hold the trigger, Game
Which they
change.
did say in the reveal for it, but nobody listens to those kind of things.
Yes, they did. They did. Luna appears to have some very strong responses to
Yeah.
the pro pipe.
Oh,
Coming from
Luna?
personal
She likes the
experience.
pro pipe. She doesn't
Yeah.
really like the noob tube.
No, but
as it should be.
full support of the pro pipe. I think an underrated part of that, for the pro pipe specifically, was the EMP effect of it as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
In big team battles, I think people really underrated EMPing a tank, a scorpion,
Yeah.
Wraith.
so
Oh my
powerful.
gosh, so good. What was that thing at the time? The Revenant. Ugh.
Yeah. Another reason the plasma pistol got so much better when they added that effect to it. I think Reach had EMP on the charged plasma pistol shot too.
Where'd this go? Well, my number 8 literally has 0 transition, so I'm just gonna bring it up. It's Silverlight
Alright.
from RuneScape.
Dang, this
Oh
guy's
my
bringing
gosh,
out.
RuneScape.
This guy is going far and wide.
Good old RuneScape.
So something that's really strong on mine, that's
Oh.
a very heavy criteria on mine, is just nostalgia factor. It
Dang,
seems.
look at that detail.
Look at I pulled. They updated it. They updated it to modern graphics, but I grabbed the one on the original. I grabbed the true Silverlight.
You didn't draw that?
No, my drawing skills aren't nearly that
Not as
good.
good.
My drawing skills are not nearly as good. No, I just on RuneScape, like I was kind of going back because there's a lot of weapons from there that I just felt like were all of us at least touching something, like the Rune Simi, like I don't know, Mistral stuff, like dragon weapons and all that crap. But
How about just air runes?
air runes, right? Air runes,
Do the
maging.
basic air spell.
Yeah, no, just to get the air staff and then just get the anyways. Well, no, air runes were the easiest one to make. Anyways,
Sure.
I hated mage because I just didn't like power apparently, and I went with Silverlight because to me, I just as however old I was like, oh cool, a cool like mythical weapon, not mythical, but like it has a name to it. It's a legendary weapon. It's just like, oh, this is so cool. You can deal more damage to demons. I used this to train when I was a noob in RuneScape, and I still am for what it's worth, to train against lesser demons. Because you deal just a little bit more damage, because I was too poor to afford any rune weapons at the time. And I was just like, all right, I'll use this. It says, and of course, this is earlier on in the internet days where information doesn't quite get spread to exact details, so it just says it deals more damage to it's effective against demons. Okay, turns out it was only up to like a steel sword or something, but it still did the job. And whenever I think about, even when I was just like walking around like Varric or Lumpy, whatever, I would carry this around. I thought it looked cool. I don't know why, but I thought
More unique than all the other sword designs that I
it was.
remember from that game.
It was, and I
Back
kind of
in the day.
back in the day. That's pretty. I mean, because once you get to the other weapons, it's just like what a rod, and it's colored differently as you go up the scale. That actually had a design, so I thought it was cool. I would do the stabbing version of it. I wouldn't slash; I'd stab because I don't know why you get past the chain.
Did it have a better stab rating?
No, because based on the different armors, depends on the different attack you should do. So like if you're going against like
right.
leather armors, you should do slashes. If you're going against like chainmail, you should do stab because you can stab in between the chainmail. I don't know.
Plate was crushing damage.
Plate was crushing, and then mage against armor, and then range against cloth or whatever.
Right.
It had to.
Classic.
I had to. And I did some dungeoneering in RuneScape for summer of college.
Yeah, we did.
That was fun though. That was really
Wait.
fun.
Paid?
Yeah.
Was that a paid? Did you have to be
No.
a member to do
No.
that?
No, it was a new thing that they had
Okay.
added. But we,
Okay.
Yeah, they added a new skill.
dude,
Right.
that summer was kind of rough with games. We were playing the free version of Halo CE and RuneScape were our two games that we
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Wait, when was that?
In between
Summer.
freshman and sophomore year.
What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
We took a summer session 1.
Okay. Okay. I was like, you guys did all this crazy stuff summer and didn't invite me, huh?
No, not this summer. No, we have money
No,
now.
no. Back then, even back in college, I was like, what?
No.
Yeah.
Got left out.
Would you have known how to log into your RuneScape account, Kit?
At that point, maybe. Now I've
I
tried
don't know
to.
how I.
Impossible.
I don't know how I logged into mine. I don't even know my password now.
They ask you what computer you logged into that
I don't.
from.
I
was
haven't
like,
logged into
"What?"
RuneScape in ages. Let's see. April actually brought a weapon here from what was it called? Destroy All Human. Majority of the weapons were ridiculous for the sake of being ridiculous. The Venus Human Trap, which you could use to sprout a Venus flytrap-esque monster that eats people. The more it eats, the more it grows and stays there. So it's like a more lethal M-rated PD Piranha. Is what I imagine.
M-rated. Ratchet and Clank is pretty sure E.
No, this is from Destroy All Humans.
Which is
I don't know. I actually, it's another game. It's a different game. I'm just saying the fact that it eats people. I don't think PD Piranha actually eats people.
have you seen what happens when Mario runs into him?
Mario, yeah.
Wait. I thought he like bites him and then Mario pops in there and goes boop 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 boop.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't get
guess.
devoured.
He doesn't get swallowed, but he gets bit at least.
Yeah, bit is fine. This one eats the person.
I see. I thought Destroy All Humans was one of the sequels to Ratchet and Clank. That's why I was confused.
No.
Yeah, I see. It's its own thing.
It's its own entity.
Open world action adventure game. Cold War era alien invasion films. Interesting.
That sounds interesting. We should explore games that we probably should play in another episode. Dan, let's close out. This should be your last Call of Duty weapon, right?
Yeah, I have to make a correction. This is my second to. I have actually 2 more.
Oh wow. Okay. Second to last. Hit me with it. Hit us with it.
All right. Advanced Warfare. Now this was the game that I got my 2 roommates here into. The FAL.
Yes.
The FAL.
Yes.
What was so great about the FAL has actually been in many CODs, but what was so great about the FAL in this COD was that you could make it fully automatic. And what was ridiculous about it was that it was a 2-hit kill with extreme range and accuracy, and then you could just make that automatic and with like almost no recoil. They actually nerfed this gun because it was just way too good.
I actually have an honorable mention from Advanced Warfare, but you're right. Advanced Warfare was, I think, me and Kit's favorite Call of Duty. We played that a ton.
I think it was the best one that I've ever played as
I
well.
remember the FAL, the FAL. Oh my gosh, that gun was so. Oh.
I thought it was the most balanced Call of Duty I've ever played, but like apparently the whole community didn't like it.
They didn't like the fact that it was balanced. They want their 2-shot kill SMGs.
They actually were rebalancing weapons in that game.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the movement in that game. That exosuit was perfect. I don't even think Halo 5's thruster was as smooth as Advanced Warfare's exosuit. There's some good weapons from the game too, and I remember we'd be watching Drifter and his weapon reviews. The only thing I didn't like from Advanced Warfare, and this is for CODs in general, is just that their variants, and some variants are just stronger than others. It's all kind of RNG based. Well, speaking of other things that I played back in college, my number 7 is actually the Devil Bringer from DMC4. Devil May Cry 4. That might actually be the best version of a hookshot. This is less of a weapon and more of a tool. It dealt damage. This was on the character Nero. He was introduced in this game, and essentially it just was a giant like variant of like a hookshot grappling, but was just freaking bonkers. I can't actually. I'm pretty sure you could customize it a little bit and do different types of attacks and different different variations to it. I think Kit might actually remember more because his video game memory is a lot better than mine. I just remember it being the most fun in kind of that chain fighting style game that Devil May Cry is, kind of like the Bayonettas, and it just allows you to change so easily into those combo attacks. Like you do your attack, use the Devil Bringer to pull yourself either to the enemy or pull the enemy to you, keep the chain going. It was so smooth, and I never felt more like a badass than playing as Nero in Devil May Cry 4. I had never played DMC up until that point, and I had felt like I had missed out because I didn't play it sooner. Apparently, April. It looks like April has also played DMC, which is awesome. But yeah, that is. It was really fun. And it looked cool, and it looked cool was the most important thing. It's all about looks.
That is important.
Since this is kind of the first kind of non-shooter, I guess. Well, it's not really, but I was kind of talking about. Dan, do you have experience with like those kind of Devil May Cry, Bayonetta style like chain attacking games? Have you ever played those that much?
Oh, I usually avoided those games because I was terrible at combos.
Yeah.
I was terrible at
Yeah.
those type of games.
Yeah, I was actually curious about that. I'm not good at like the fighting games, but like I feel like they look more these kinds of games, and something about this, it seemed more. Oh, just a second. Welcome on in, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Esper. I'm gonna mute myself here in Discord really quick. Hello, welcome on in, everyone. Welcome to Fm.Esper. This is my just chatting stream. Yo, what's up, SoCard, Show, Walking Bread, Sunny, Sarah, Corgi, Puffy, Show again, Sarcastic, Enraged Valkyrie. How is everyone doing? How was your stream? Puffy, welcome. Yes, you're back to continue yelling at me for Gene. Annie, how is everyone doing today? Welcome on in, watching it and crying. Oh, blessed show. So right now, I am doing the very first episode of Fm.Esper. So Fm.Esper is going to be my just chatting stream. And it's essentially what I have right now. We're talking about my top 10 favorite video game weapons of all time. Lalevi, welcome on in. Zelix, thank you all. First off, Sarah, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. I love you. You are amazing. Hope stream went well. Valkyr. Duh. Valkyr. So right now we're going through a top 10 list. Every couple of every few minutes, like after every couple of weapons, we will take a break. We'll listen to some music. It's gonna be like a radio show. This is the first episode. We're taking things a little bit more conservatively, but the idea is that you watching, if you want to call in, you can join the Discord. First off, join the Discord if you'd like to. And Sunny, thank you for the follow. Yeah, if you're loving what you're watching, please drop a follow. It greatly helps, greatly appreciate, but you don't have to. Don't feel pressured. The point is that the idea is that eventually people can call in through Discord, jumping into the voice chat, drop their opinion, what they feel, give their feedback, pop on in and out, kind of like a radio show. So hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm recording this right now, so I'll probably have to do some editing with the raid section, but thank you so much. Sit back, relax, grab a cup of whatever you drink, maybe a snack or two, get cozy on up, and we'll continue on over here with number 7. Where was I here? Talking about Delbringer. You said, Dan, you weren't too big on the combo games, right?
Yeah, I didn't play much of those.
Yeah. They seem very scary, but the way most of these games are designed, it's kind of a button. It turns into a button masher.
It's pretty much just use the same move over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Whatever works.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever works, really.
Not if you want that triple S rank.
True. Kit, your thoughts on the Devil Bringer? The arm.
Fun. I missed it when I went back to play the earlier games,
Yeah. Yeah, I missed it
but
too.
the earlier games are a, definitely a artifact of their time.
Mhm.
The technology in them is somewhat limited. Specifically, that fixed camera thing is pretty
Yes.
awful.
Yeah. Yes.
But the Devil Bringer is great. Really nice to extend combos and feels good to use. And was definitely a new thing, I think, for the series at that
Mhm.
point.
I agree. Let's go and move on to number 6. Actually, then we'll take a break and we'll save top 5 for the second hour. Daniel, will give away your top number 6.
All right. My last Call of Duty weapon on the list, and then no more Call of Duty. But this was my all-time favorite Call of Duty weapon of all time.
Okay.
My personal favorite.
Okay.
And Kit should know this weapon too, because I believe he liked this weapon when he used it. But back in Modern Warfare 1 and 2, the P90.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
My
Yes.
favorite gun of all time. It was a submachine gun.
Hmm? Shocking.
Ridiculous fire rate and a ridiculous magazine size. Like the magazine on that thing was
Yes.
ridiculous.
Like 45, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's because it has a magazine size that big in real life.
Yeah. Was the 45 was the default, right? That wasn't even extended.
Yeah, the
Probably.
default was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You just unload bullets.
So, is it your favorite strictly on the power level, or was there a specific aspect of it that you enjoyed so much? Like
It was a decently strong gun, but probably what made it my personal favorite was the ridiculous amount of bullets you would pump out of the gun before you had to reload. It was just obscene.
It tends to be that the guns that end up being broken in Call of Duty are either SMGs with LMG levels of ammunition, or LMGs that have SMG mobility. Is something I've noticed. It seems that they can never seem to balance that for some reason. It's like, you really think you should be doing this game after game? But the P90 is an icon is iconic. Was that you said that was your last Call of Duty weapon?
That's my last Call of Duty.
Well, my honorable mention after this will be a Call of Duty weapon actually. But my number 6 here is the Fire Flower from Super Mario. I think that this is just a nice clean weapon. It's kind of cool, especially when I first start when you first play the first Mario that most people play is just like a side scroller one, and you're like, okay, I'm just bouncing up and down and jumping on top of enemies and trying to dodge and breaking bricks. And then the next thing you know, bang, you get a Fire Flower. Your Mario changes color. Next thing you know, you're now blasting. You just start blasting, and it does what a power up should do. There's nostalgia factor, of course, but it's just like, okay, this is change up the game, right? Let's change up a fundamental part of the game. You go from just jumping up and down to like, okay, now you can shoot. And Zelix, thank you for the follow. But I personally just love it. I always go for a Fire Flower whenever I can see it in the game. It's my favorite Mario item. On that note, Dan, Kit, Lewis, Steven, Sally, what are some of your favorite Mario items?
The star. The golden star.
The star is pretty OP.
Boomerang. Yeah.
And thank you
the
for the
boomerang
look,
hat in
Sarah.
the modern games is ridiculous.
The
The
boomerang.
baby
guy?
Yoshis that you fed enemies to in Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo.
Does Yoshi count as a weapon? That was something we were talking about off stream.
For those ones, yes, because you actually held the little baby Yoshi and carried it around and like shoved it into enemies to get them to eat it.
Wow, top 10 things that might get me canceled. Throwing baby Yoshis. Okay. Fascinating.
It's a vehicle weapon combination, so seems legit.
True. It covers all bases.
Well, as a baby Yoshi, it wasn't a vehicle. You couldn't ride it.
True. Yeah.
I mean, Yoshi's eggs are thrown. Are those? Anyways.
Technically.
Anyways. I think everyone has kind of their favorite Mario weapon. I mean, Mario deserve to have something on here. Everyone knows Poochie is the true hero. It's Poochie. But yeah, that is I went to Fire Flower. I just think it was the most, for me, the most iconic power up. I guess the star. Sally made a good point. The star probably does.
I only liked it because I was really bad at the game, and the star made you like invincible. So
True.
it was the best item for me.
I guess there's also the mushroom.
Mushroom is the most boring power up ever.
I also like the leaf that let you like jump higher and
Literally
stuff like
just more health.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
Powerful. Don't get me wrong. It's extremely powerful. Double HP, but it's not very not very exciting.
Something, and I know because Mario's a super old game, this is probably giving it too much credit than it's for. But something I like about the Mario power-ups is that you don't have to think whether or not you should grab it for the most part, because they're all just what they are. They're power-ups. There's not much decision trees to them for the most part, if you're just playing it normally, which I appreciate. Sometimes games overcomplicate where things are like, this might be good with a very specific, reason, and you're just like, do I really need to spend 500,000? And you look on the internet, don't spend 500,000 in-game points for this power-up, it's terrible, and you just feel bad. Like, if you didn't look it up on the internet, you could be like, well, I just wasted like 5 days of grinding or something like that, right? Like, something I appreciate, just like Mario. Once again, it's a very simple game. It's very old. It's very historic, is a better way to put that.
They usually give you the items like with good timing, with what kind of courses are going to come later on in the game.
Yeah.
Give them that's purposely bad. They give you some.
Right. And
Classic Sally
Internet. Well, we'll move on to the honorable mention, and then we'll go into another quick break here. A couple of songs. My honorable mention, Dan, you said you didn't have any more honorable mentions, right?
I don't have any more.
So my honorable mention actually have two. They're Call of Duty, the M13 and Call of Duty Mobile.
Oh my gosh!
But I didn't want to. There's no discussion point there. If I show you the skin for it, it just looks cool. But really, if I were to pick a gun from all of Call of Duty that I love the most, it would be the BAL 27 Inferno from Advanced Warfare. The gun that had a ridiculously fast fire rate.
Oh, I remember. Yeah,
it was my gun of choice. I got it as a legendary. I was like, oh, what's this? I didn't realize it was like super special. Like, it's not the Obsidian Steed levels of strong, but it was my gun. If I could pick a gun from Call of Duty, I would say that was my gun, the Inferno. And that's why it makes an honorable mention. But I just don't think it has like anything else besides it. I just didn't have the Call of Duty franchise as nostalgic to me. Then of course there's the Hole Puncher, which I think it was always gunning.
I mean, I wanted it, but the standard version of that gun was already really good.
Already pretty good.
But my favorite gun in that game was the shotgun, the TAC-19, with the range upgrade, because it had an absolutely bonkers one-hit kill range plus gung-ho meant.
Oh my gosh.
Meant you just sonicked around.
Oh my gosh.
Like, none of the other shotguns in that game were good. It was the starting shotgun, and you shouldn't have used any of the others, in my opinion.
I think you're right. I think it eventually did devolve in that, where no one else was using any other shotgun than the TAC-9. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about the TAC-9. That was such a... It had like an insane range too. You could snipe with it, essentially. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It has this... It had... I don't remember if the variant had damage range up, like the two most important stats for a shotgun, and I think it got both of them, and it was like a common variant too. It was really strange. But the variant balance in that game was already pretty wild.
Awesome.
As discussed with the BAL and the Hole Puncher and stuff like that.
Yes. Those variants were insane. All right, well, there's the first half of our top 10 list. We're gonna take a quick break here. We're gonna listen to some music. I got a good one here for you. Let's go listen to some Warriors by Glacier, and on the second song, we'll have a nice 30-second break there. For those of you who are not subscribed, you'll just see a quick ad, and I'll catch you on the after the music break.
that you be doubting. Sit inside in my head. Just say what should be said. We can sit and talk about something happening now, not just hollow vowels. But I just worry about it, about giving up. How can I go without it? The doubt will push you through. I need to get caught up to attend to all the frustration I have inside my head. Tell me to go away again, I guess. We can all be warriors. Assassinate the foe inside your mind. In time, raise your pledge. Watch it cut through the end.
And that was, of course, Red Skies by Dr. D and J+1 again. I promise you, not every second song is going to be a Dr. Disrespect song. It just so happens to be the only 2-minute songs I have right now. So there's that. We're getting right back to it here with the next half of our top 10 list. The top 5. Dan, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Good to go. All right. Well, I guess you were starting off the most recent one, so I will start off these ones right here. Number 10. Or not number 10. Wow. Number 5
Back
for me.
to the beginning, no.
Number 5, the battle rifle from Halo is number 5 for me.
Oh, the battle rifle. I do have that one also on my list.
Where's that on your list?
I was gonna make that second to last. So
Second. So it's
yeah.
number 2?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second. So if it's your number 2, it's my number 5. I just think, in addition to it being a powerhouse in multiplayer, it's just a little bit unique. It's a burst weapon, 3-shot burst. For me, it was the first time you played more Call of Duty than I do, but for me, it's the first time I encountered a burst weapon. Was the battle rifle. Consistency, 4-shot to kill. You always look for in the campaign. It's scoped, it's ranged. It's a perfectly balanced weapon in my opinion.
It's a skill intensive weapon.
Skill
in
intensive.
In the right hands, it's good. In the wrong hands, it's not good.
True. What about does it stand out for you? Is it mostly the skill intensive part?
The skill intensive, and also it was basically the weapon that brought us like all together, really.
True. True.
So it has that nostalgia and that's why it's my number 2. So
Lewis, Kit, any input on the battle rifle?
No, it's probably the replacement for everybody's favorite OP sidearm from Halo 1.
Or the pistol.
And I think as a replacement, I think it does a really good job. It does all the things the pistol did, but slightly worse overall with the whole 3-shot kill, 4-shot kill difference. But I don't know. It's ubiquitous to Halo. I think everyone would know it.
Or split
It's pretty fun to use. I've always been a fan of burst guns, so the fact that it was what they chose to go with was neat to me. And then I don't know, it's satisfying to use, and hitting 4 shots
feels good. Feels
fun.
good.
Yeah.
The best feelings in the world is just that perfect 4-shot. Lewis, did you have anything to add?
Not really, no.
Here's a question for you: hit scan versus bullet fight time for the battle rifle. Which one did you prefer, or did it not matter as long as it was the battle rifle?
Maybe it really didn't matter to me. Maybe I slightly prefer not to deal with the flight time, but it didn't make too much difference to me.
I think I agree in that I now don't like dealing with flight time. Back when Halo 3 was a thing and we were playing it all the time, it was pretty good. Now going back to play Halo 3, it just feels like your bullets are disappearing into thin air.
Yes.
Yes. Like, also with no hit like feedback in Halo 3, it's crazy. You're like, he's shimmering, but he is not dying. What is happening?
We were crazy back
then. You're hitting like one bullet. I mean, it certainly, I think, not having hit scan is like, maybe it's a different kind of skill because you have to know something about the game to execute. Whereas like hit scan, it's like you put the reticle on them, you'll do damage to them. That consistency feels better to play with, I think. So I would say hit scan is more satisfying now, but
Yeah.
maybe that's because I just suck.
Could be that too.
Sometimes I think about that. Like when I go to play Apex, that game feels
Oh my
bad.
gosh, I can't play Apex. Yeah, I can't play Apex.
I'm really bad at that.
It's so. I don't have enough brain power anymore to process that. I just want to be able to point and shoot. Dan, what's your number 5?
Should I do number 5 or should we go to number 4 since we've made the BR is my number 2? So
No, just do number 5. I mean, it'll be. We know
Alright.
BR's your number 2, so it'll be easier.
All right, going back to the days of Ratchet and Clank 2.
Oh, here we go.
So that same time frame for me. Jack 2,
Mhm.
the morph gun, but most specifically the yellow mod on the morph gun was my favorite mod.
Mhm.
What was so great about the yellow mod particularly was with the different fires, the basic fire gave you long range, accuracy, and a lot of damage, but also its other modes were powerful and useful as well. One of which sent out like a drone that would shoot multiple enemies. Like it was very effective in like all situations, and it was always the version of the morph gun that I find myself using all the time.
The morph
The red
gun
one was like a shotgun style, right?
Yes, the red one was a shotgun style. The yellow one was like a rifle style. The blue one was like kind of like a machine
An
gun
LMG,
type
right?
style, and then and then the purple one was like a nuke. It just nuked everything.
Did it have like wasn't it like an electricity gun? Am I remembering that? It shot like an arcing thing?
For the blue mod, that was one of its alternate
okay.
fires. So each mod also had alternate fires in addition to the basic fire.
Yeah.
What I'm finding out is I need to play Ratchet and Clank. That's what I'm learning from this.
Well, this was from Jack and Daxter.
Oh, Jack and Daxter. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Jack 2.
Jack 2. Jack 2.
Jack and Daxter, I just want to say Jack 2 and Jack 3 are way different from Jack and Daxter, the original.
I'm not gonna lie, I always mix up those two series.
I mean, they're similar type protagonist with small sidekick collectathon games, so they're kind of the same in that regard.
Yeah, Jack and Ratchet and Clank is which one's the Clank is the robot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. that's how we make a differentiate. Then Banjo Kazooie. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And then Link and Navi.
Lincoln.
Wait.
Hey, listen. Uh-oh. Rip that. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me because that's also PlayStation exclusive, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
PS2, baby.
I mean, I grew up as a Sony kid.
You did grow up as a Sony kid, so like I said, nostalgia's gonna weigh heavily here, and it's about to weigh heavily with my number 4, which is the beam sword from Super Smash.
Gun.
No, I said unfortunately GoldenEye doesn't make the top list. I didn't. Laser Watch was my honorable mention for GoldenEye. No, it's actually the beam sword from Super Smash Bros. I what? April seems confused there. Classic. Over the bat, yes. Over the bat because the bat
over
was
the bat, yeah.
Yeah, over the bat because the bat I sucked with. And I thought the beam sword was just a little bit cooler. Because I don't know why I didn't just put a lightsaber. I thought the beam sword was cool because in the original Smash Bros it was just a fixed length, but once it was like Smash Bros Melee where it was like it extended to different lengths depending on who was using it and how strong the attack was, I thought that was cool. Oh
gosh,
the hammer or the bat, I understand those are sometimes the hammer did one hit kill. The bat always one hit KO'd if you fully wind up.
Right.
I
should just be throwing it though.
Yeah. Like in Rogue Company. Let's get started with that. I just thought for me personally, it's nostalgia factor. It was the one I gravitated towards too as a kid all the time. I saw the beam storm, like I want that. I didn't care that it wasn't one hit kill. It just seemed cool. It made a cool noise.
Lightsaber, yeah.
It's a lightsaber. It's pink, purplish. One of my favorite
Mace Windu.
colors. Yeah, exactly.
Mace
Just my favorite
Windu up in
colors.
here.
I like I said, I think there's more powerful weapons, but I didn't have power level really that high when determining my favorite weapons. It was just kind of nostalgia factor and how much fun I had, and I always had fun with the beam sword. Like when the beam sword was in play, I would be upset when my opponent would grab, but I didn't feel like I have to keep I could maneuver in there and not feel like I'm gonna get one hit KO'd out of nowhere. Even though the bat had a huge windup. And yeah, just dealt more damage, and that's pretty much it. That was my favorite Smash Bros. Item. Oh, nothing else to it. Dan, you got number 4?
Number 4. League of Legends: The Rod of Ages.
There we
Oh
go.
my god.
There we
I'm
go.
leaving my own radio
Should be
show.
higher.
I'm
Should be higher.
leaving my own radio for those of us who haven't played League of Legends, which is probably all of just me at this point. Hello. Do you care to explain why?
The best item in the game.
Yeah, why did you miss out on League of Legends?
Yeah, that's another
yeah,
question.
Listen, I didn't. It was the same reason I skipped out on Fortnite.
What?
I didn't want to join the hype. I
We
didn't.
were all playing it.
I also didn't have my also my I was having laptop problems.
I played it on the Fujitsu. You got no excuse.
My Fujitsu was worse off than yours.
We were all playing it on the Fujitsu.
Yeah, my Fujitsu was worse off than all of yours. My Fujitsu was worse off during freshman year, but it crashed on the 3rd week. So.
How'd you manage that?
What? No, it just stopped. It just literally stopped. I mean, we all know the nickname to it, but it just.
Yeah.
We're not good.
Well, that was the point.
Yeah, that was the point. My battery just stopped. I had to bring my charger around everywhere, and some classrooms didn't have charging ports in the seat that I was sitting in. So I'm like, ugh, can't even take my notes. Let's go back to pen and paper. So what was this called?
The Rod of Ages was always my go-to item for any AP based character I would be playing it with. Whether it be Cho'Gath or Vigor or doesn't matter.
Main man. What? You're gonna leave out your other main? The Death
My
Singer?
other main?
The Death Singer? How could you forget?
Karfus, good old Karfus, yeah. Yeah. With the nukes. But no, Rod of Ages, it had everything. Like, why wouldn't you buy this item and use it? Because it gave you tons of mana, it gave you tons of health, and it gave you tons of damage. Like, tons of damage.
And
no, that was the Triforce, Dan. Get it right.
Oh my goodness.
We're bringing out the LOL memes big time right now.
Gosh, I regret this. I regret. I'm not. I didn't realize there were weapon builds in League of Legends. That's how little I played the game. I thought it was just character based, hero based.
No. 6 item slots. You use the money you get from killing opponents and creeps and powers to level up.
So the Rod of Ages or the weapons were not bound to one character.
Correct.
Okay. It's not like Rogue Company where you have options, but each character only has 2 options or something like that. Okay.
No. Skills are bound to character.
Yes.
Items are free for everyone.
Okay.
Are available to everyone.
Okay. Well, that would explain that. I have nothing to add to League of Legends, unfortunately. If you guys want to go for another 2 minutes to talk about League of Legends, Lewis, go by all means.
Rod of Ages' special thing was that you gained health and mana and ability power over time as you had it in your inventory. So getting it early got it to its max power earlier. It was 5 minutes of game time or something that it would reach.
What I'm hearing is, why would you buy anything else? Why would you buy anything else?
Why would you? You would even you would even stack them. You can even get multiple.
Some people would stack.
Just run to battle. I'm just imagining the lore behind that. Just someone running with 5 rods of ages.
Yeah, right. You know why? How can I hold all these?
Oh no, I was thinking of General Grievous with his multiple lightsabers, but just Rod of Ages.
No, that's when you play a melee character. You got 6 different swords.
Who was it between Dan and Lewis that made the Phantom Dance crew. Who was
I
was
was
that
the
a
one
one?
that always used
Lewis
Lewis?
was always going Phantom Dancer. That was definitely
Yeah.
Lewis.
Like
Lewis would play like Ash, Phantom
was-
Dance crew. Yeah.
There was one ARAM that we did that I ended up with 3 Phantom Dancers because it went
Yeah.
on for so long that I just
Mhm.
sold my boots and got another one of those to
Get
give
that
myself a 100% crit
100% crit rate. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
just
I feel like I remember a crap, why can't I think of it? Crystal Scar Dominion game where Lewis was playing
Yep.
Caitlyn.
Yeah, that was the
And-
all random, all bottom.
just crushing
old
kids
ARAM.
with 100% crit rate headshots from Caitlyn. That was
And
good.
2.5 attack speed. Yep.
Yeah. Max attack speed, max crit.
I feel
Oh,
like
boy.
Sally right now. I'm completely lost. I have zero contribution.
I was lost since Neopets.
And maybe even an Infinity Edge in there for increased crit damage.
Yeah, no,
Gosh,
it was a
alright.
Bloodthirster, an Infinity Edge, 3 Phantom Dancers, and I think a
Something
second
else.
Infinity Edge.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Well.
Eh,
Well then.
good one.
Hope you all enjoyed your little platform there to talk about League of Legends. As I realize I probably should have played it so I can contribute to this conversation.
Sad day.
What are we on right now? 3? Round number 3?
You finished 4, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Moving on to
No,
number.
that was 3.
No, that was
Was it?
that was 4.
Oh, that was
Oh,
4. Okay.
this guy doesn't even know what order his
All
list
right.
is in.
For
Oh,
my
yeah,
number
yeah, that was 4.
for my number 3, this one could be controversial whether it's a weapon or not. That's the Siren class from Borderlands 2.
Not a weapon.
Oh, listen.
That's not a
Conference-
weapon.
That's a
Conference Call
class.
is a weapon.
Listen.
Infinity Pistol is
I'm
a weapon.
talking
Siren
specifically.
is not a class.
I'm talking
Abby doesn't class that way.
specifically about
her
Yeah.
ability.
about her ability, not
It's
Okay.
an ability, not
Yeah,
a
her
weapon.
Then just
ability.
name the ability and not the class.
not the class, but just the ability, the whatever the frick it's called, just call it the Siren ability.
Phase lock.
Phase lock.
I really loved Phase Lock too. Yeah.
Like, and it could deal damage. There's instances where it deals damage, right? I never did that build.
Yeah, you ever do
Or
a
you could use it to
PvP against
revive
somebody?
people.
Oh yeah, PvP. Sally.
Oh my god, my worst.
Instant kill.
Listen, specifically, yeah, the phase lock ability. Like, I questionable. I understand.
Now, ability will count. That's close enough.
Okay, but like, I think this
Shotgun
was
sword explosion.
conference call. No, what about
No,
the?
there- in Tiny Tina, there's a
Oh.
shotgun sword explosion, and it's
Oh.
a shotgun that shoots exploding swords.
What about the? What about the biatch?
That's another good one.
That would have taken this spot if it was. So it was gonna be a Borderlands 2 representation for
Mhm.
stuff. But I think honestly the phase lock was just so much fun. There was so the way that you could build, you could either do damage to the side or you could do straight healing, increase someone's ability to shoot faster, healing. It was just cool to see like either a big enemy or like a handful of small enemies just kind of go up in the air.
Yeah.
And it's gotta go. Whoop.
That's. I like that in Borderlands 3, the siren can still phase lock.
Oh, can they? Oh.
Yeah.
Spoilers. I never played Borderlands 3 yet. But I think that's probably the most it belonged on my list somewhere. I knew it was gonna be like a kind of on edge kind of, is it a weapon, is it more of an ability, is it more of a class? I didn't really care for the class itself, just ability. You can put it on anyone else. But yeah. There's really no Borderlands 2 is one of my favorite games. I always loved the Siren class. I thought it was just unique, locking things in place. It was just like, yo. Imagine if this was a multiplayer. No. It's just be broken.
Yeah, you can see what it's like in multiplayer. If you do a duel against your friend,
No,
and
because
get
if you
instantly killed.
Yeah, it's just instant kill. It doesn't just lock someone in place. Imagine what they could have done with the first person view of just being inside that phase lock.
Death is the best CC, Brian.
You don't need to worry about animations if they're dead. Oh my gosh, you got a good point there. Any comments on the Siren class at all, or Borderlands 2 at all?
Reviving people.
Resing,
Another thing.
yes.
Just let your
Sally?
teammates just go ham and just.
That was
res 'em.
very useful whenever I died.
I had to
just
build
fight
that so
quickly.
quickly, especially when Sally and I had to go into our duo run. Once
Yes,
Lewis
when
kept
Lewis wasn't available, just
Yeah, from
us two,
work.
I just kept dying.
I immediately started like, where's the one that lets me revive someone from a distance?
And I
Yeah,
was like, I need
played.
to be saved.
just a heads up, Dan,
Yeah,
for
I
when you do
played,
your runs with.
Borderlands. I played Borderlands 2 with my dad, and he would always get downed all the time. It's like, oh, res.
Late.
That's funny.
It's
Everyone
not
knows
my
what the
fault
best
that
class
they're
is,
scary
though.
and they run towards you and they try to kill
Necromancer?
you.
Yeah, Sally?
No, I just liked having my turrets because they acted as a shield.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The turret's really powerful, especially when you get
Borderlands
those
2
rockets.
Borderlands 2 best class by far was an Anarchy Necro though.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, what's your number 3?
Right. We're going back to my childhood again.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts, the Oblivion Keyblade.
Nice.
Good option.
Particularly the Oblivion Keyblade was lit because not only did it look really cool, but it was also considered one of the most powerful Keyblades in the game at the time.
So it was.
Giving you a ton of strength with only a very tiny penalty to your magic.
Oblivion Keyblade is really good. I think I was able to get it during my run of Kingdom Hearts. I think a lot of us would have a Keyblade in there. I mean, in my honorable mention, the only reason I didn't have a Keyblade for me was because I thought it was, for me personally, too recent. Even though I just have Destiny 2 up there, but like, in terms of like sword weapons, there's one other one I was going back and forth with, and I think this one just supersedes it. But the Oblivion Keyblade.
Dan, there was at the Renaissance Fair in Maryland that I went to, there was actually someone walking around with an Oblivion Keyblade.
Nice.
People make really good cosplays of Keyblades. Or,
yeah, there were
cosplays, but cosplay props of Keyblades. They're really good. I think my favorite Keyblade is just the basic Keyblade. I think it's looks cool, simple. It's a key. It's a blade. In Maryland, was it me? Was it April?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know you played Kingdom Hearts for some reason, Dan. I don't know why it never crossed my mind.
I mean, I grew up, like I said, I grew up as a Sony kid, and initially Kingdom Hearts was, I believe, a PlayStation exclusive.
It was a PlayStation. It was. That's why I never got a chance to play it until recently.
So,
I just don't know why I never put 2 and 2 together. I really don't. I really don't. But yeah. So that was your number 3, huh? Comment in chat what your favorite Keyblade was, if you had one. There was an Aladdin one, right?
Aqua's Keyblade was probably my favorite.
Oh yeah, I got to play Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's not in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I'm just saying it reminded me that I have to go play Kingdom Hearts. All right. Well, we'll do another quick music break here, and then we'll get to our top. Well, we already knew what Dan's number 2 is, so spoiler there. But we can revisit the battle rifle there a little, or I can drop an honorable mention. Get to my number 2 and our number 1, and we'll be right back after this. Let's see what song we should go on today. I got "With My Mind" by Tony Romero and Karina Ramage. I said that right.
And you were never far away.
Once again, that was My Mind by Tony Romero. Another pretty great song there. We're gonna go pop on in. Dan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we knew what your number 2 was, which was the battle rifle.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite iteration of the battle rifle?
Quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Favorite iteration of the battle rifle. Ooh. I mean, Halo 4's battle rifle was I liked a lot. And the Halo 2 anniversary battle rifle.
That's
was
my
very
favorite.
good.
That's my personal favorite. Is actually the Halo 2 anniversary. What else you want to talk
Can
about the battle rifle?
Can the battle rifle I 3D printed count as my favorite iteration?
Sure, Lewis. Sure. It's your list. What else you want to add to
Lewis did
about?
look very good. I was just gonna say I had another honorable mention. Lewis brought up the Rhino from Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, man.
A reminder that you need to play Ratchet and Clank.
That's a reminder that you play Ratchet and Clank. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man. What's the Rhino do?
Basically it just kills everything in one shot.
With very ridiculous effects depending on the game. Each game was slightly different.
Yeah.
Sure.
It also is an acronym for Rip You a New One.
Okay, now that would make my top. That would yes.
RYNO.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I appreciate a good pun. I appreciate a good pun. Wait, does Mr. Zircon count as a weapon?
Yes, it is a summon weapon.
What's Mr. Zircon? Enlighten those.
It was another Ratchet and Clank weapon that it starts off and you summon one robot, and then you upgraded it and it would summon 2, and then like the final upgrade it would summon 3, so it was the Zircon family. You had Mr. Zircon, Mrs. Zircon, and Zircon Jr.
And they followed you around and just shot like at anything.
And in the Ratchet and Clank reboot game they released a couple years ago, it was Zircon was voiced by Invader Zim's voice actor.
Oh. Ooh, that's good. That's good. I think I need to do a Ratchet and Clank gameplay. Is it on PC yet?
It's PlayStation exclusive.
Hey, can I borrow your PlayStation, Lewis?
No.
All right. Well, I tried stream. I tried my best.
I can send you a link the next time.
No. You know, it's okay. I don't have the money. Anyways, that's a good one to bring up. Looks like Ratchet and Clank seems to be a very popular choice. I think because I'm pretty sure April's a Sony child as well, so that makes sense. So for my number 2,
I was just gonna say the Zircons actually are the weapon vendors in the newest Ratchet and Clank game.
Oh. I need to check out some of these. I gotta check out some of these weapons. These sound amazing, especially the Rhino. That Rhino just makes me laugh. That's an amazing acronym.
The newest iteration of the Rhino actually summons things from PlayStation games that you have in your save data on your PlayStation. So you can have like ships from other games just crash in and kill things, or the robots from Horizon Zero Dawn, or all sorts of things.
Ooh. Interesting. Horizon Zero Dawn, huh? That's a game I've been hearing a lot of, actually.
Fun fact, that is on PC.
I think I saw it. I might check. Well, it's also in Genshin Impact.
Yes, yes it is.
Well, moving on to my number 2. This might not surprise you if you know me, but it kind of does, since I couldn't put the R-Wing because it's straight up a vehicle. It's the staff from Star Fox Adventures. Because first off, this is once again strong nostalgia factor. Star Fox is my favorite game series, probably. I think so. Probably Pokemon would be the tied near the top. The game nobody talks about anymore. Exactly. I think it was a very the graphics were great. The staff itself was kind of, I mean, it was the only weapon in the game, but you can get upgrades. You can shoot fire, you can shoot ice. You could beat people on the head with it. You could unlock doors. Extended. It was cool. Crystal held it. You played as Crystal in the beginning cutscene. That was fun. But it's a little bit of a stand-in for the Star Fox series, but at the same time, I always thought the staff was cool, especially when you get to the combo, and he does the thing where he goes like pop 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 pop, and I always kept trying to figure out how to do that, to extend that combo, and it just looked cool. It made me want to learn how to use a staff, and I just hit myself in the head with it too much, so I stopped. I did not have the dexterity to learn how to use that as a weapon. Star Fox existed in something besides Smash Bros. Lewis, how dare?
It was sarcasm.
Lewis, how dare? I know it was sarcasm. How dare? I think Star Fox Adventures was an underrated game. I know it wasn't designed to be a Star Fox game. I forgot what it was supposed to be. But then at the last minute, they slapped it on, which is why the ending made no sense whatsoever. The ending made literally no sense whatsoever. There was also a part in this game I remember, because you had to use, where it was like a you had to keep the bar in the center using the joystick, but there'd be jump scares on the screen, and of course, you jump scare, you fly off, or the jump scare would push it off to the edge or whatever. So to beat that level, me being like an 11-year-old child and scared of everything, I had to put a piece of paper on my TV screen to cover it and turn the volume down, and all I did was just watch the bar and try and keep it in the center. Sound like people from Fire Emblem came from yes. Yeah, Fire Emblem characters are Marth is a Smash Bros exclusive. Last I remember. Last I remember there. So that was a number 2. Before we get to number 1, I'm gonna rattle off a couple of honorable mentions I still have sitting around. And Kyle will get your like quick hot takes, Dan, Lewis, Kit, as I just label these off. The wrench from BioShock.
Okay.
Any strong opinions? I just
with the
freeze upgrade. I thought that was a pretty fun one. I had the
smack people into oblivion.
Yeah, I thought it was just funny. Just like melee weapons in general, like the crowbar, I guess too, from was it Half-Life? Those kinds of weapons that are just like, it's not just a blunt tool, right? This is kind of like bop. But they did add a little bit of interest to that with the freeze mechanic, but I think that made it a little bit too powerful. But it was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
It's really strong. The sniper from Halo I had as an honorable mention for me. Were there any other? Well, actually, no. I don't want to say that. Any, just the sniper from Halo. Did anyone think of Master or Buster Sword making the list? I actually have the Master Sword as an honorable mention here. Legend of Zelda, maybe Kit. I know Legend of Zelda's.
I said it, but I would take the big Goron sword over it for at least from Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm. Is there a specific reason why you would take the big Goron sword? Just because is it just stronger? Or is it just funnier?
It's stronger. Having to do like, I like the fact that it was stronger with the trade-off of not having your shield active at the time. So that was, neat, and especially at that time when that game came out, like having choice in what you used was, I thought, rare. So like when I remember playing and then like opening my older brother's save file and seeing like Adult Link with all these extra tools, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
True, that is a great point.
Man. So I liked that aspect of it, and then finally figuring out how to get it on my own. Well, I looked it up, obviously, because that trade sequence is ridiculous.
Yes,
but,
it is. Did you go internet or Nintendo Guide?
It was on the internet.
Oh.
We didn't get any of that kind of stuff. We didn't have any of those publications at my house.
Oh, I would just go to like KB Games or whatever and just look at the book and then put it back on the shelf.
No, this was, the OG game guides where everything was in ASCII art at the top, and they would have a sweet title.
Yep.
ASCII, and then would be.
I still have my brother's Ocarina of Time guide. Wow. Any other Legend of Zelda weapons that come to mind? I kind of like the the light arrows. Those were kind of cool.
For unique Zelda
Yeah.
things, the spinner from Twilight Princess is super fun.
Oh yeah.
Incredibly underutilized because You only get to use it in the boss fight in the dungeon. You get it, and then there's like a few pieces of heart that need it. But besides that, it's never used again. That was a real shame because it was a pretty fun mechanic.
I
That's
like that
something.
you can get a chomp chain as a weapon in Link's Awakening.
You can? Wow. Huh.
Yeah, there's all sorts of odd crossovers in Link's Awakening. I'm trying to think about some of the like semi 2D ones, like Link to the Past, Minish Cap, have like some interesting like tools in it. I don't remember.
The remote control boomerang from Seasons, where
The
you can
remote
control it as it
control?
flew.
Really?
You only got
What?
it if you did the whole Ages Seasons like Link thing that you had to do, where you'd get a code in one and then transfer the code to the other.
Here's a good question. Would you consider the masks in Majora's Mask as weapons? I think that's another one that's kind of on the border. Did any of them...
That's kind of like classes, I feel.
Yeah, did any of them actually
let you attack
or do
give you
damage?
Attack. Your Steedy Mask.
Yeah, but that's like that would fall into the same category, I would say, as like the Siren.
Oh, I agree. I was just saying that one would let you.
It might be per mask base at that point, I think. Some would probably be considered more of just a class or a gadget, and some could be considered a weapon.
Yeah,
probably be a case by case.
It's a gray area.
It's a definitely gray area for sure, but I don't think I would.
Stone Mask is the best mask, though.
What's the Stone Mask do?
In Majora's Mask, it makes all like non-boss enemies ignore you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was just like super like powerful. It wasn't necessary. The bunny hood was probably more useful just for the move speed buff, but
well, the last honor mention I have here before we get to one more music break and then our number ones for our respective lists. The Lancer from Gears of War. I don't know if it really like hits any type of nostalgia or fun factor, but it was definitely unique, and it was it's a chainsaw slapped to a gun. It kind of sums up Gears. It kind of sums up Gears of War, right?
It does, yes. It sums up Gears of War.
I don't know if there's much discussion behind it, but
there's actually a book where they tried to that was written by an author that did some of the Star Wars books, and she has like the explanation of how like the chainsaw sword this chainsaw gun came into being, and they were apparently being attacked by locusts at the very beginning when like all the stuff was going down, and they were fighting in a hardware store, and someone's bayonet broke, so they just picked up a random chainsaw and started using it.
Oh my gosh!
And
yeah, classic zombie.
That was basically the lore explanation as to why they eventually had chainsaws strapped to the bottom of the Lancer.
Gosh.
It's because one random dude picked up a chainsaw and used it on a guy in the middle of a firefight.
Jeez, what an explanation. Holy cow. Well, we're going to do one more quick music break. We got Other Sky by Offski here, and then we will get to our number one. Quick 2.5 minute song should be good.
Gazing further at the sky. Is it morning when my place is night? Is it raining when my place is dry? I wanna see, I wanna know what's on the other side, the other side. I wanna travel the world with you. What's on the other side, the other side? Wherever you are, I want you.
That's once again Other Side by Ovsky. Another great song right there. Love the beat. Love the beat. Alright, we're moving in. Iva, welcome on in. We're gonna we'll catch you up with the very snappy. I hope you had fun with the 10 through 2s. We'll go over really quick through our 10 through 2s one more time. My 10 through 2 at 10, I had the Cloud Strike from Destiny 2, the Scarab Ring from Neopets, Silverlight from RuneScape, Devil Bringer from Devil May Cry 3, the Fire Flower from Super Mario, the Battle Rifle from Halo, the Beam Sword from Super Smash Bros., the Siren Class, specifically Phase Lock from Borderlands 2, and the Staff from Star Fox Adventures at number 2. Dan, what was your 10 through 2?
My number 10 was Odd Jobs hat from Nightfire. Next was the MP40 from World at War. Then it was the Scar H, but more specifically the Scar H with the grenade launcher from Modern Warfare 2.
The Noob Tube.
The FAL from Advanced Warfare with the auto attachment. The P90 from Modern Warfare 1 and 2, my personal favorite gun of all time for Call of Duty. And then next was, what was next? Oh, it was Jack 2, the morph gun, more specifically the yellow mod of the morph gun. Then next was the Rod of Ages from League of Legends. And then the Keyblade, Oblivion Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts, the Battle Rifle from Halo, and then the what was
This should be your number 1, right? I thought number 2 was your Battle Rifle.
Did I miss something?
No, I don't think so. Number 2 was your Battle Rifle.
guess
Then you had an honorable mention.
Yeah,
Then you had an honorable mention.
Oh yeah, I had an honorable mention of the Sheepinator
Right,
from
yeah.
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah.
So, Dan, what is your number 1 favorite weapon presently in video games of all time?
So, my number 1, it's kind of, it's more like my number 1 game of all time, but my number 1 thing to do in my number 1 game of all time.
Okay.
Star Wars Battlefront. I'm talking about the original Star Wars Battlefront, not the new ones.
Okay.
Battlefront 1 and 2. The
Okay.
grenade. Just simply the
Oh
grenade.
my
Being able
goodness.
to
Oh my
just being able
goodness.
to
What a
the grenades were awesome because you would just launch people across the map with a grenade. And then if you're playing a super battle droid, you have wrist rockets. You don't have grenades. You have wrist rockets. And then you would have the classic clone troopers would be like, watch out for those wrist rockets. Yeah, you better watch out for the wrist rockets because if you get hit by one, you get sent flying.
This is the most Dan
this
answer I've
I
ever
should have
heard.
seen this. I should have seen this coming. I really
Yeah.
It's gotta be grenades. Grenades have to be number 1.
Now that I think
Yeah.
about it, it had to be grenades. So
It was inevitable.
the peanut gallery is booing you, by the way. But
I know they're booing.
But
I figured people
I
would
will
boo.
say this for those of you, like I said, Dan, Kit, and you know, these are all, we were roommates for years, and we're all really close friends, best friends. And that Dan is the grenade guy. Dan is
Yeah.
over a Keyblade set.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Grenade
You
was
could
more
say my
powerful
favorite.
than
You could say my
Dan's
favorite weapon in
any game is
the
grenades.
grenade.
He is
Right.
known for grenades. Any grenades. He is the grenade master. Keyblade didn't even make my
Yeah.
list. Well, I should say it makes sense. Honestly, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you went with a specific game. Actually,
Well, that seems appropriate.
Well, it was a very nostalgic game for
yeah,
me.
yeah,
It
no,
was
no,
like
yeah.
probably. It was my favorite game. I've played a crap ton of that game.
Do
so.
you prefer grenades that you can cook, or do you just like the Halo version where you just chuck it and it's on a set timer and you bounce it and that kind of stuff? Or do you just not care, just as long as it's a grenade?
I mean I like both aspects. I just More important to me is being able, like, the physics of the grenade, how it bounces is more important.
And I would
rather
love for
than the cooking.
The plasma grenades are out.
feel free to
Yeah,
share your list
stickies
too,
out.
either in the Discord. We have the Fm.Esper section there. We could type in chat too. We can discuss that when we have time at the end of today. But the
I'm
grenade
sorry.
mix.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
apologize.
Lewis, but I'm sorry, Lewis, but stickies are.
You're a
Uh,
f-
when
who's
I say
this?
grenades, I don't mean sticky grenades.
Who's the streamer here? I thought the streamers were supposed to make the controversial pins. Well, mine, to be fair, my number one might not be. I I well, Dan's number one is grenades. I'm surprised yet not surprised at the same time. This might surprise people, but probably won't. Though it might upset Kit just given what we said off stream. It's the Needler from Halo is my number one favorite weapon of all time.
Interesting.
I felt that's part of the reason I stopped the conversation. Did you notice how I just like? Do you notice how I was just like, hey, let's just save for. So
you've been doing that about a lot of things, so I didn't notice it didn't
okay,
stand out.
good. It looks like a hole puncher. Well, it's so for those of you that haven't played Halo, the Needler shoots pink needles, which is where it gets the name, and you could if it sticks to the opponent's body, and after a certain number sticks to them, they blow up in pink or purple, pinkish purple smoke. It has a little bit of tracking, a little bit of homing depending on the game, and it has some of the sickest reload animations, like just go chink and then the spikes pop back up. This really weighs heavily on the nostalgia and the fun factor. Its power level is variant to bad. it's never been like OP, but sometimes it gets sometimes kind of good depending on the situation. But it weighs heavily nostalgia factor. When I first saw this gun along with the plasma pistol, which didn't quite make it, I was like, whoa, Halo is a different level of game right now. This thing is like spiky, it looks dangerous. The melee animation looks deadly, it looks dangerous. People exploding looks cool, looks dangerous. I remember at the time that Halo comes out, I'm like a pre-adolescent, kid. These are the things that really I'm drawn to in a video game. It's a great color, it looks unique. I don't even think a variant or anything close to it is in any other video game. So there's even a uniqueness factor there. I think it'd be too close to copy. It'd be like, well, what do you mean? That's the Needler from Halo. I mean, I guess you can rip the battle rifle, but the Needler. So yeah, it represents Halo. It to me, it's still one of the coolest looking weapons. I don't care about the power level. I don't care if it's good. I don't care if it bleeds ammo and doesn't actually kill someone in the campaign. I love the Needler. I want a copy. I wish I had a physical, like, Nerf version of the Needler.
You can get one.
I know. I can't 3D print it. I just your thoughts on the Needler? Anyone?
I mean, it's the favorite of all time, so it's a cool gun.
I think the Reach Needler was the strongest version of the Needler, but the unfortunate thing about the Reach Needler is armor lock also existed, so people would just armor lock before you could super combine them.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. Could you combine the needles of the needle rifle and the Needler?
I think so.
Yeah, because that's a deadly combination.
But like, I don't know.
It also
I don't remember people picking it up ever. Like, it's one of those guns that gets left on the ground a lot, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, because like Halo 2's Needler was garbage. Oh, also it has that iconic moment too from the Halo 2 MLG. Yo, is T2 over there?
Ultimate,
I got a present for.
disrespect.
It also makes it cool. I didn't even talk about the sound it makes. It has like the shattering of the needles. Like I said, the Needler to me kind of represents the creativity and the uniqueness you could do to a video game. If Call of Duty or Battlefield tends to try and make it realistic or get the realistic sounds, Halo kind of push it back. We're going to the sci-fi realm. We're really gonna try and get some creativity here with the weapons. Each side has its perks, has its plus sides and cons. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but it kind of as a whole represents what I look for in video games, which is kind of be a little bit out there, and it's hard to get more out there than the Needler.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number one. I don't know
I'm
if it's
surprised that you put it as number one. Not necessarily surprised that it was on the list because we talked about it. We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
As an idea.
Yeah. Really, you're really surprised because I feel like when we talked about that on those discussions that I had been, I had talked highly of that as a weapon, as a concept. Really, I think the only drawback I think I'd mentioned was the parlor. Maybe I wasn't, maybe it was more obvious to me because I'm the one saying the words, right? Maybe it didn't translate. But yeah, we've had discussions on this before. Absolutely, it's kind of the same thing with the plasma pistol. Plasma pistol almost made it, but I think when I look at them side by side, the Needler almost made my list. Good choice. Iva has their post on Discord, so let me take a look at Iva's list here. My top 10 weapons. Number 10, Mech Warrior Online long range missiles. I already appreciate that. Okay, that's pretty good. Lewis, did you ever play? Did either of you play Mech Warrior? That seems like a game you or Lewis or Kit would have played.
I have played Mech Warrior 2.
Mech Warrior, yeah.
Mech Warrior 2, 3. Maybe I don't think I've ever played any of the online ones. I think 2 and 3 are the ones I played the most. But yeah, LRMs.
Nothing like rolling up in a missile boat feels good. They're number 9, Monster Hunter World, Diablo Shatter 2.
You're gonna have to clarify what weapon type that is.
Yeah,
I don't recognize the. I can't tell what weapon it is from the name.
A little clarification on the Diablo Shatter 2. Of course, they're gonna have Streamlabs. Let me look it up here. Diablo Shatter 2.
True, could do that.
It's a hammer. It's a hammer. It's a hammer.
Okay.
Oh, that looks sick. Oh, that looks disgusting. Hammer carried me through so much.
Obviously a Diablo style, so.
Oh, Dynasty Warriors 4, the Soul Chakram.
Ooh, good choice.
That's a good one. Wow. I completely forgot about the Dynasty Warriors series. Wow.
The Chakrams were really overpowered in that game too.
It was not the prettiest weapon, but it did work. Number 7, Skyrim, Mehrunes Razor. That sounds familiar. I feel like, yeah, you play a lot of Skyrim. Is that?
Well, there were many Skyrim weapons. I don't.
You played Inventory Simulator. What's that look like?
Yeah, that's what I was playing. Inventory Simulator, not Weapon Simulator.
Also known as the Dagger Final Runes, Bane of Righteous. The daggers are the artifacts name. Excuse me, runes dagger. Okay. Hits have small chance to instantly kill. There we go. Also, since I never played
you could pretty much one
14
anything in Skyrim anyway.
Guy Bolg in Final Fantasy 13 is pretty good. Number 6, Horizon Zero Dawn. I told you someone's gonna have a Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
The Banuk Power Shot Bow. Number 5, Final Fantasy 14, the Gaybolg? Yeah. Number 4, Fallout 4. Hey, was that on purpose? Overseer's Guardian. What's that? Number 3, Lewis says, heck yes. Let me do a quick look here. What the Overseer's Guardian? Unique weapon short. Oh, okay. Shoots additional projectile. Nice. Number 3, Dot Hack. Of course, Lewis is gonna love Dot Hack. Empty Skies. Lewis, do you know what the Empty Skies is?
Yeah, they were the blades that the evil Kite in Dot Hack GU was using, and they were pretty awesome. They were a pair of daggers that like split into 3.
Nice. Warframe, Fullman. Not sure what that. Warframe is the multiplayer game, right?
Space Ninja Simulator, yes.
Space Ninja, yep. I tried to type Fullman, I got Sekiro. Oops. And then number 1, Destiny 1 Icebreaker. I had the Cloud Strike from Destiny in there. What is the Icebreaker? That sounds like a cool gun, weapon. Exotic Sniper Rifle. Ooh. So, real quick, why would you say the Icebreaker is your number one weapon. Give yourself a little bit of a platform there. That's a good list. That's a good variety in your list
I've
there.
really put effort into his list.
Yes. Yeah, Dan. Well, hey, listen.
I had to put mine together pretty quickly.
What do you mean quickly? You had probably less time than
You were doing
had
it
more time
all
than
the
Iva.
whole week, man.
Yeah, you do the whole week.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying. But
I like literally. I don't know. I just. I pulled the scare ring from Neopets. Okay, listen. I was really stretching. I think the scare ring got collected. Like, what the? Lewis was just like, really? She was the only one that knew about it.
Lewis was definitely confused.
It was an infinite ammo sniper. Was the first exotic that dropped for me when on the second day I played. The feel and sound of it being fired good. I knew about that. You knew about the scare ring too. Listen. When the moment I dropped the scare ring, people were I knew that was gonna get some kind of reaction. It was a last minute addition, but once I remembered it, I was like, yeah, this belongs there. It's a weapon. It doesn't. There's no animation. Nothing. Oh, it was so good. It was so. Oh my goodness! I built a Shoryu gallery in my time. Oh man, I was just a pro at all the video games. Oh boy. But yeah, that is the that will do it for the first Fm.Esper. Let's go. Most episodes will probably average around 2 hours. Iva, thank you for joining. April, of course, with the conversation as well. I have been recording this entire time. I'm probably just gonna upload straight to YouTube. No editing. Maybe I'll edit. But other than that, guys, did you enjoy? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah. No, thank you for joining me for that.
Confused.
What'd you say, Sally?
I was very confused the majority of the time.
We'll talk about some other stuff. And of course,
Sure, my number one, although it was lame, it was very fitting.
That's one I did understand. Yes.
yeah,
Grenades.
it's not too late to put your input there too, April, in the section of the Discord. But yeah, no, we'll be doing different discussions, each week. You don't have to join each one. I'm not gonna ask you all to join in, but I will open it up in the Fm.Esper channel in the Discord. I'll be posting probably at the beginning of the week what I'm gonna be talking about. I'll leave the channel open for the rest of the day, but then I'll close it up. I'll close it up tomorrow, and then you'll just see the announcement that's gonna be sitting there for the topic for that week. Give people some time to maybe think about it. Especially if it's a top 10 list, we'll try to get it set up where people can join in, especially next. Once we start getting rolling, where you can pop into the waiting room, and producer Sally can pop you in to the live channel. You can talk for a few minutes about your input on whatever discussion we're talking about, and hopefully we can continue this for the rest of the time that I stream. Keep it on a Friday night, or move it around. Maybe we'll move it around. But no, thank you. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Lewis. Thanks, Sally. Thanks, Kit, for joining me. That was really fun.
Thank you.
We're gonna close this out with we'll close out on a song here. Let's see what we got here that I can send you off on. And then it's gonna be a silent raid. I'm not gonna say who. I'm just gonna pick someone on my friends list, and we'll head on over there. Listen to some Night After Night by Rogue. Thank you all for joining me. Next week, another Fm.Esper. Thank you all so much for joining me and celebrating my 1 year stream anniversary on Twitch. Met so many amazing people. Met so many amazing. Just this community. I love it. I absolutely love it. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the outro. I need to come up with an outro message. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Fm.Esper. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. Bye-bye.